Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another segment of Asaph Cafe. And once again, we're on the set of Frosty the Snowman this time.
Mm-hmm.
And affectionately on my left, our aging rocker Emmett. He is back, and he's sounding better.
Yeah.
Good Lord for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to have fun with Frosty. It's snowing out today anyway. And
It is. Oh, yeah, you're right, it is.
It's snowing outside, so I think
It
this would
was.
be the perfect backdrop
Yeah.
for that. You want to start us off?
Heavenly Father, bless our food and our time together in Jesus' name.
Great. So anyway, we'll talk about Frosty the
Yeah.
Snowman here. And while you were gone, we've been doing more cafes with
Oh, really?
Welcome to ASAP Cafe.
Wonderful.
Backdrop and stuff like
So
that.
you've even been doing it on other days rather than just Thursday.
No, we've been doing them on Thursday, but I was able to do like 2
Oh, cool.
and stuff
Excellent.
like that.
Excellent.
Kind of catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank young Briar. He's been helping me with these designs here.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be a good experience for him too, especially his association with MCAT here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let me just play a piece of that Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. I think this is a cool song.
Uh-huh.
These keys are kind of stiff a little.
Is that the fan or the heat? Or am I hearing raindrops?
You might be here, so I don't know.
Sounds like some sort of weather event. Hope I'm simply not going mad.
Oh, you're right.
Good. Because it was snowing and, hey, you know. Yeah, it's only the 9th of November and it's already bad weather.
Yeah, I know. That's just the way it is. And I'm glad we're doing this Frosty today because I'm going to be playing at the mall here in about 2 weeks, and I just won't have any more time. But I'll let you know. I'll let Lori know ahead of time. For the TV audience, I'm getting ready to play the piano, good Lord willing, at the mall in about 2 weeks from now. I'll be there every day till near Christmas Eve. They expanded it this year. So for today, we're just Frosty the Snowman. Now, you never saw this cartoon, did you?
You know, I don't remember it. I've seen other Christmas ones and even an Easter one that I barely, but I don't remember this one.
Okay, well, I'll give you the synopsis in a moment. But basically, see this little girl in front? Her name is Karen. And these are her friends. And what it is the children, they're in school. And there's this magician that does magic tricks. But he's the worst magician in the world. I mean, like, when he pulls a rabbit out of his hat, eggs pop out. And so the kids were laughing at him, and he was so embarrassed, right? So the magician gets frustrated. He throws his hat away. He doesn't want his hat. So the kids decide to keep the hat. And they go outside, they build the snowman, they name him Frosty, and he's just a snowman, like most snowman, right?
Yes.
So then Karen puts the hat on Frosty as just as a decoration, you know, so Frosty can have a hat. And the hat causes Frosty to come to life. The magician sees it, so he decides he wants his hat back. And, you know, since he's an adult, he's like, don't you talk back to your adults, this is my hat. You know, and the kid's like, you can't have that hat, you threw that hat away. So, you know, the magician had bad motives. He thought, since his hat is magic, he could, you know, make a lot of money, right? Commercialized. So what happens is the kids get control of the hat.
Do you want some of the secret ingredient?
Oh, yeah. So the kids get control of the hat, right? And so they decide that they've got to get Frosty to a colder place, because he'll melt if they don't. He has the hat. So Karen gets the idea, let's take him to the North Pole, the real North Pole. But, you know, they're children. They don't know that it costs money and stuff like that. They have no money. So what happens is Karen and Frosty, they sneak on this little train. It has like ice cubes in it. And so Karen says, okay, we'll take you to the North Pole, but I have to be home in time for dinner. Innocency of children. So they get on this train, they're headed to the North Pole, and Karen starts getting really cold for real, because she's never been on a train before. And so she starts sneezing, about to catch a cold, poor thing. But Frosty's comfortable. So the magician is following behind, and what happens is halfway between the North Pole for real, they find this outhouse, like a flower house, you know, with warm.
Mm-hmm.
And so Frosty walks in there for a moment and puts Karen in there to keep her warm and comfortable. And the magician comes and locks the door behind him, which causes Frosty to melt. And that's when Santa Claus finds out about it. And so the rabbit that was in the magic hat, Santa Claus knew how to speak rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
So the rabbit tells Santa what the magician was doing, how he threw the hat away and everything, and causes Frosty to melt and so on. He was really bad. And so Santa Claus shows up on the scene and says to the magician, if you don't give that hat back to those kids, I'll never bring you a Christmas present as long as you live.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the magician thinks about it. He decides he wants some presents for Santa. So Santa tells him to go home and write about 1 billion times, I will be good, I will be good, I will be good.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you'll find a present under your tree.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the basis of it. And so finally, Santa Claus takes Karen home.
Yeah.
And Frosty's riding behind him, and then Santa takes Frosty to the North Pole, since Santa Claus lives at the North Pole. That's how it ends.
You know, that
It's a
is
cute-
eerily familiar. I think I might have remembered seeing something like that when I was 6 or 7 or 8, maybe once, because that story sounds a bit familiar. Because
Yeah,
I've made so many, like when I was 7 and 8, when I was living in Tucson, when I was 7 and 8 at the time, and they had all those, you know, cartoons and Rudolph and Santa Claus is coming to town, or Santa Claus is Christmas.
Yeah, this cartoon fit in there.
Yes.
Santa Claus is coming to town, and all those, and they had a song. It went something like this.
Do you remember it was in this stop motion. Do you remember the Christmas cartoons in stop motion where it kind of like puppets and Santa Claus would go kind of like this, and you
Just
know,
just barely.
barely moving. There was one, or was it a cartoon, that Santa Claus got sick.
I didn't see that one.
Santa Claus got sick at the North Pole. I don't remember the whole thing. If they ever have repeats, I might even watch one this season. Santa Claus got sick. He got sick with the flu or something.
Really?
And he said, I'm sorry. You're going to have to tell Rudolph and some of the others we have to cancel Christmas.
I know of it. I never saw it. I know what you're talking
Yes.
about. Yeah.
And then this one girl said, we've got to save Christmas. And she wrote a song. You know how they have musicals. It'll be a blue Christmas without you. Because all the kids would never get any toys that Christmas. And she wrote a cartoon, you know, crying Blue Christmas. Somehow they saved Christmas and Santa Claus got well. I can't remember how it went. But it was something like that. I don't remember the cartoon. I haven't seen it in a long time. Something to that effect, yeah. There was even an Easter cartoon with the Easter Bunny, like the children save the Easter Bunny or something. One time I saw it, I was about 9 years old, or was I 8? I don't remember. Yeah, I saw it on Good Friday of all things. We'd just gotten home from Good Friday services. You know, it was the 2 days before Easter, and I don't remember a thing about it. All I remember, these bad guys were trying to get the Easter Bunny.
Wow.
These guys are getting, and there were kids, and these kids were trying to protect the Easter Bunny. So these police officers, there's the Easter Bunny. They said something about, get the kids, get the rabbit, get the rabbit, get the kids, get the, let's see, how do I do it? Get the kids, get the rabbit, get the rabbit, get the kids, get the kids, get
I never saw that.
And I don't remember the plot, but I just remember that. And it was on Good Friday. It's just amazing. But that was an Easter one for saving the Easter Bunny.
Well,
that was a good one. I liked it.
getting back to this Frosty here, this is the original Frosty. They had, when I was a kid, they showed this cartoon that I showed you the clip earlier. It was Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, I like that.
It was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The original one. And the Drummer Boy, the little Drummer Boy, they showed that one. That little Drummer Boy was about the conversion of the Drummer Boy to Christ.
Yeah.
Cute
I
cartoon.
never saw that one.
It was pretty good.
I've heard the song, but
Yeah, he converts to Christ in the cartoon. And let's see, they had some other cartoons too, if I recall. And they used to show them like twice a year. They would start showing them in November, and then they'd repeat it like the month of December, stuff like that. But I think the three most popular ones, this was one of them, Frosty the Snowman. and the Grinch is still Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the Charlie Brown cartoon. You see, I'll play that for you.
I think they even did one with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, didn't they?
Yeah, that was part of Rudolph.
Uh-huh. I have one complaint about my music choice channels, though.
What's that?
On cable, they always do. I love my easy listening and my soundscapes and others, but they have channel 941. If you click on that with your remote, it's always sounds of the seasons.
Yeah.
Like during Oktoberfest, they'll have German music. And, during the Christmas season after Thanksgiving, they'll have Christmas carols and Christmas music. And even during Memorial Day, they'll have, even during just before Lent, just the season of Mardi Gras, they have Mardi Gras parade type music. Or on St. Patrick's Day, I love the Irish music they play.
Oh, I see.
I woke up one morning about a week ago. Do you know what they started playing the 1st of November, All Saints Day?
Really?
Do you know what they started playing?
What's that?
Christmas music.
Well,
they're playing Christmas music. Look, it's not even Thanksgiving. We've got a few weeks before Thanksgiving. Can't they wait until the day after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, technically that's what they're supposed to do when I was a kid. But I find as I've gotten older, it's just fun to just celebrate them both all, because you get all those months. You get the month of November.
Yeah, interesting.
You get December, and leading up to New Year's.
Yeah. I guess I'm worried, you kind of get burnt out, by the time it's Christmas Day, you're burnt out on it. It's just, I mean, I think it's just too early, jumping the gun too early. I have a little Christmas tree someone at the bank got me, just about this high, and so I don't even put that up till my birthday, just 2 weeks before Christmas Day, I never jumped the gun on putting up decorations and that kind of thing. I mean, I have a little manger scene and that kind of thing, and just for Advent, and then the manger scene is set up on the Christmas Day or whatever, whenever I come back from visiting relatives, but I never jump the gun, just...
No, I just always have fun. I have that Christmas tree at home that I keep year round.
Oh, amazing.
And every once in a while, even in the summer, it's fun to just plug the lights in and just go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
But everybody's different. I know what you're saying, but everybody's different, So, Lord willing, I'll be playing at this in a couple of weeks and stuff. That's going to be a lot of fun.
And you've just reminded me, I cannot wait to see the Lawrencewell Christmas special when that comes out. That'll coming out in December, just around Christmas.
Did they start announcing that already?
No, but they do that every year, and I can't wait to see it. I love that. I have one at home recorded. Thing is, if you've ever seen the Lawrencewell Christmas specials,
I have.
They always feature the kids, the whole families of the Lennon sisters or some of the other families. They feature the whole family, and every skits with the kids, and even the kids singing Christmas carols. It's so adorable! Oh! And then the kids, and they always, the kids and the whole families of, the prominent singers saying, would you like to say something? Yeah, Merry Christmas, and the kids say, Merry Christmas, and just adorable. Then Santa Claus comes and gives the gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just love the Lawrencewell Christmas specials. It's just wonderful. First, it'll be the Thanksgiving show. It's wonderful to be home for the holidays. Then probably a tribute to winter. And then, just before Christmas, the Saturday before Christmas, it will be the Lawrencewell Christmas special. On 6 o'clock on PBS. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'll be looking at it too. But you and I can just celebrate a little early.
Yes, I think that's a great idea.
It was really snowing.
And
today,
besides, you're going to go to the mall soon, so you won't even be able to do a few shows.
Probably not, but I'm so many ahead now.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Especially last week, and there was some other stuff I got to do. So
wonderful.
I'm like a few weeks ahead already.
That's good.
Plus this one here. Oh, that's right. You weren't here, but they had the children from Washington Middle School. I forget what day it was, and I happened to be here, so Scott said, hey, let's do a quick cat.
Wonderful.
So we had all those children on there, and it was posted, so that was a lot of fun, too.
Wonderful.
So, I know what I was going to tell you. The Star Trek movies. I went to, there's this Goodwill store over there on Reserve near Rosars. And I walked in there and wound up getting all 6 of the Star Trek movies on DVD. And this was the director's cut.
Oh, yeah, you told me that a couple of weeks ago. Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
the director's
Yes.
cut. So I finally watched it.
Wonderful.
So there's a lot of scenes in these director's cuts
Wonderful.
that you don't see in the final.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel blessed to have had that.
Wonderful.
You'll have to come over and
Oh,
look
definitely,
at the,
definitely.
You'll really like it. It's way different.
Absolutely.
You have to combine it, and I'll show that to you
Oh,
sometime.
I can't wait.
Yeah. All 6 of them. They were like, and you know it's interesting. Those DVDs are getting outdated by today's standards.
Yeah,
Think about it.
yeah.
Because with the Blu-ray and
Mhm.
all this stuff, they sort of like $2 a movie. Can you believe
Wonderful.
that? And I happened to be in there and saw it. I said, I better grab this right now before somebody else did. So I just went and bought them.
Good, good.
Got them So praise the Lord.
Yep.
You know. So I'll have to show it to you sometime.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe I'll bring over even a videotape of, because I found some videotape. Remember I told you about Space Ghost?
Oh,
I have
yeah,
some cartoons,
yeah.
the old one from the 60s, so you never see that, I can show that to you. Space Ghost, you know.
Now
Gotta
here's
speak those
the
mother-
here's the lyrics to Frosty the
mhm.
Snowman. I'm not a singer. I'm just going to read the words. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal.
Mhm.
And you can see his
Mhm,
eyes
yep.
before he came to life.
Mm-hmm.
Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. And I showed you that scene.
Mhm.
The children knew. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, the
Mhm.
one that the magician threw
Mhm.
out. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me.
Mhm.
And then they have this part. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go.
Mhm, yep.
Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the verse.
Interesting.
Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm no, you can take a look. I'm no singer, so I'm not going to try to sing
Yeah.
that, you know.
Uh-huh. Yep. Interesting. The secret ingredient is delicious.
Yeah.
They don't allow beer on the set, so
Oh, you can't do that. We used to have, you know this, we used to
Yeah.
have actual food on the cafe.
Yes.
A lot.
mm-hmm.
And it just got too messy.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had to stop doing that. You know, when it was provided by the Missoula
Oh,
Senior
yeah.
Center at the time. But like something like the sandwich and the secret ingredient, that's cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But, you know, I feel blessed. You know, if you look at this, I think the cafe is sort of expanding slightly. And
It
what
is.
I mean by that
Mm.
is when you look at it, you see where it says Welcome to Asaph Cafe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Briar was able to put all those
Mhm.
things in there that we didn't have before. Just
Mhm.
stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And today is just an ordinary day in
Yep.
Montana.
Mhm.
Snowy day. So,
Yep, definitely.
And when we're done taping this, I'm just gonna go home and practice the piano and
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
just get ready. I've been working on all the other
Uh-huh.
stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
See if you know this song.
Alvin and the Chipmunks
Yeah.
Christmas special. Yes. I never liked Alvin and the Chipmunks, actually.
Really?
No. I thought they were just irritating. I thought it was just, I've heard some of their records and it makes me go, oh!
I'll tell you something about that in a moment.
As a matter of fact, when I was in grade school, I was at the Catholic grade school and they were playing a Chipmunks record for, we had some sort of Christmas party or something, I don't know what. So while we were doing that, to
Uh-huh.
get through it, I pretended that the Chipmunks were aliens from Mars that Alvin had come in contact with. He had a close encounter with aliens from Mars, and they were trying to save the galaxy. So I had this vision, in my head, all this science fiction imagination just to get through it, because I couldn't stand it even back then, you know.
Well, you know the sound effects.
Yeah.
I saw a documentary on the original Alvin and the Chipmunks,
Mhm.
and they did some kind of trick where they speeded the sound when they were recording it. If I'm explaining that correctly.
Yes.
To get that effect of the chipmunk.
Yes.
And of course, like anything else, when they do these remakes of the originals, it's not quite the same.
I know.
And then when the next generations come up, they don't see the originals. They just see these remakes, and they don't. It doesn't have the same effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the original. So.
Ever since I was a little kid, I just found it. Even as a little kid, I found it irritating. Yeah. I love the Lawrence Welk Christmas special, but Alvin and the Chipmunks, that's just where I have to draw a line.
Well, they have a new movie now with Alvin and the Chipmunks.
A
movie.
When was it made?
I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
No, it's a movie. I saw it.
I know.
I didn't see all of the movie, but I was impressed with the special effects.
Interesting, yeah.
It was, and what they did was, Alvin and the Chipmunks, I don't know what kind of technology they used, but it was like, they weren't cartoons. They looked like, I guess,
I know.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm saying that right, but that's what they did. And then they have Underdog, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And that was pretty cool. And then they had, the Grinch movie.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. And of course, Horton Hears a Who. We're talking about the movies.
Yes, indeed.
And Jim Carrey played both Horton and the Grinch, which I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't made a movie with Frosty the Snowman. Somebody will probably think it.
I'm sure they will.
It'll probably be way cool. And there's other movies that they made too, remakes from like cartoons. Rocky and Bullwinkle. I think. Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon, a movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
And then you remember Sherman and Mr. Peabody?
Yes.
That was in the Rocky Bullwinkle. They did a movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I didn't see it all yet, but what little I saw, I thought this was
interesting.
Because remember, let me think. Mr. Peabody. Okay, it's kind of reversal. You know how humans have pet dogs?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Peabody has a pet boy.
Yeah.
That was reversed. I don't know if anybody ever really noticed that. And the pet boy was Sherman, because Mr. Peabody's like he's a genius dog. So they made a movie called Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and they had a Wayback Machine. You remember the Wayback Machine?
Oh, absolutely.
Back in time, they did that in the movie too. And then there were some other movies they made. They did what's on the tip of my tongue? Dudley Do Right, the movie.
Oh yes, I never saw the movie. I've seen slides of the cartoons. I don't even. With the
Mountie, the Canadian Mountie. So they've done actual movies, and it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But you've not seen any of those movies, have you?
No, I haven't. No.
Well, you should get a chance to look them up and see them or something someday. They're just good in your collection,
Interesting.
And of course, they always show The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yes, of course. Cool. Honestly.
And the other one, we'll get that. Hold that thought. The other one, there's another one. Jimmy Stewart movie. It's a Wonderful Life.
I liked that movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I know that I'm a Catholic. I love my Catholic religion. I consider myself a conservative Catholic. This is going to sound horrible to a lot of fellow Catholics, but I didn't care for The Wizard of Oz. I didn't hate it, and I didn't love it. I saw it twice. One when I was about 5 years old. The other just a few years ago, because it's a Catholic family standard. For some reason, Catholics love The Wizard of Oz, the movie.
Well,
I couldn't get into
it.
I couldn't get into it one way or the other.
I just think it was a fun movie for your imagination.
Huh.
Think about it. How can I explain it? Now, Dorothy, her character lived in a farm.
Yes.
And I guess when you're kid on a farm growing up, there's not much to do besides milking cows and things like that. And her uncles and stuff, they just kind of busy, so they don't really have time for her. And they had a neighbor who was this mean lady, and she wanted to destroy Toto. She thought Toto was a bad dog. And so Dorothy's like, "You're not gonna destroy my dog, you mean old lady." Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Now this and the beginning of this film was in black and white.
Yes, of course.
And something happens where a storm comes by, and Dorothy gets trapped outdoors.
Yeah.
And she hits her head. So it's kind of like she goes in like a dream state.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
And then of course it's all color.
Mm.
But where I'm going with this is, I gotta get a good thought. It was just kind of a fun, imaginary, family thing, and came out in 1937 or 1939, something like that. So for that time period, that's pretty good technology.
True.
If you think about it.
For family movies, like I've said many times, I prefer the Care Bears. I have both the Care Bear movies on DVD and videotape, and I just love them. I mean, that really, to me, the reason I just cry throughout the Care Bears, I just need a couple of glasses of wine just to cry throughout the whole Care Bear movies.
Now, these are the cartoons you're talking about.
Yeah, the cartoon movies, the Care Bears and Care Bears, the second Care Bears movie, A New Generation, something to that effect.
Oh, I see.
You know, the Care Bears was based on the line of toys. You know, they had stuff. Remember the Care Bears? They came out in the 80s. They were stuffed teddy bears with hearts and little things on their stomachs, just adorable. And that came from a line of greeting cards from Hallmark. But then they, back in the 80s, they were always making cartoons based on toys, like the Transformers versus for toys. Okay. Then they came out with the same with the Care Bears. But the movies, when I first saw them, I thought, I'd like to give these a whirl. I saw them in 1985, and it's like, these movies are incredible. And then I saw them again, and I even realized more about them. To me, those are very Catholic movies. To me, they're not just about teddy bears saving children from evil people. This was religious. This was heaven.
Oh, yeah.
This was like heaven, and the Care Bears were angels. They were always trying to save, children from the forces of darkness and evil. So these children were caught in the mystical battle between good and evil because...
That sounds almost like
And it was just beautiful animation, beautiful music, and it was incredible.
That reminds me of C.S. Lewis' Screwtape Letters.
Yes, I am.
You made me think of that when you were talking about that with the Care Bears. That's pretty cool.
Because, exactly, and the thing is, angels from heaven do protect us from the forces of evil, from wicked spirit. Well, this boy who was was in the circus, and he was trying to be a magician.
Right.
This is in the first Care Bears. And he was miserable and lonely, and his stepdad or whatever it was that guarding him didn't like him, so he was in the trunk and whatever, preparing for the circus. It's like, I wish I could get somebody to like me. Big trouble came. He came upon an unknown book, unlocked the key, and an evil spirit came out. This was an actual book of evil spell.
Well, this was in that
movie. In the movie, yes.
Okay.
And this evil spirit said, I can show you how to make more friends. And then he started getting into the bad stuff, but then the Care Bears, Tenderheart Bear came to save him and said, hey, back off. I'm here when Nicholas needs me the most. That's what angels do. Then finally,
I see, yeah.
He became more and more evil as he spread evil throughout the world to try and teach people a lesson. Never to laugh at him, never to make fun of him. And finally, this evil spirit, he was in this evil, castle, and the spirit said, no, wait, you can't stop now. They must all be taught the lesson. All of them! There must be no more caring anywhere at all. Even throughout Carolot, we must destroy heaven. Whoa. And then the angels, started battling this evil spirit. The Care Bears.
Right.
And finally, they got these young kids, kind of similar to this animation, got through to this young boy. Hey, wait, we really care about you. You don't have to do this anymore. We'll make sure that you're never alone ever again. Believe us, Nicholas. And so, finally, they closed that book and threw it away. And peace was restored. Yes, exactly. And it was just beautiful. The animation is incredible.
Well, what's good is when they have movies or cartoons, and I heard Dr. Jack Van Impe say this, as long as good triumphs over evil,
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And that's a good thing to think about.
Exactly. And it was the same way with the second movie. And the second movie was just as intense.
Right.
Spiritual warfare.
So they made two of those?
Yes, they
movies?
did.
I never saw them.
It was incredible. The second one was where there was, the premise was in a summer camp. These two children wanted to run away. They weren't good at anything except being best friends.
Okay.
Well, there was this ship that they had to take to heaven, the Care Bears, because they had to take their Care Bear cousins and Care Bear cubs and protect them. But there was an evil spirit following named Darkheart who wanted to destroy all caring from everywhere. So they went into this rainbow into heaven, what looked like heaven, care a lot.
Yeah.
And it looked like, oh my word, it was so beautiful. And then Darkheart came to this one kid who had run away, or just one kid. She wanted to be the camp champ. She wanted to run fast, boat fast, everything, and this evil spirit said, hey, I'm a kid down the river, and it was Darkheart. I can make you camp champ for a price. She should have gotten away and said nothing. What kind of price? Don't worry. I'll make it camp. He snapped his fingers, do a cartwheel. And she could do it. She was no longer clumsy. And it was incredible. And she said, I will be back to pay my payment. And I will be back. Well, then the other two kids, they were drawn like this, said they had been invited by the Care Bears to Care-a-Lot to care for the cubs. And it was a loving, cuddly thing where they were, feeding the Care Bear cousin cubs. Just adorable. And then they said, hey, by the way, we don't have to run away. We've learned something. We're friends. It doesn't matter if we can't run cartwheels or whatever. We're friends. And when we need each other, the others will be. When we need help, the others will be there. So we don't have to run away anymore. And Christy said, who's running away? I'm not. Well, Darkheart came back and said, this is my payment. I want you to help me capture the Care Bears and put them in prison. There will be no more caring ever again. I'm taking over the earth. The Care Bears will be history. Wow. Whoa. Unbelievable. And finally there was this war. She did as he asked. And, and she was, why are you looking so glum? And she was, well, anyway, to make a very long story short, then in this cavern under the earth, just near the summer camp, some of the surviving Care Bears, were able to get free, break from, save the Care Bears, and there was this war between this evil spirit and the Care Bears. But then what happened was, unfortunately, this evil spirit struck down this other, the kid that was helping him. It's like, not anyone can help her anymore. She cared about me. She saved me from the river because she actually did. Whatever you are, good or bad, you're a person. So she decided to save him. And it was like, if you knew anything about me, you'd get away and show. It was like, how do I save her? Please, Care Bears, you've got to help me save her. I can't let her die. So then she said, if everyone all together said, we care, we can save Brittany. Even you in the audience, say we care. Tell your best friend, like, Asaph, I care about you. Let's all save her. We care. And then she came back to life and everything. And even the evil spirit was transformed into a good boy. He became a real human boy, and they all loved the summer camp. And it just still brings tears to my eyes. That was powerful. I mean, that is powerful, isn't it?
It sounds like, I never saw it, but it sounds like.
Oh, they are excellent movies. Unfortunately, they made a series called the Care Bear series, just a regular half-hour series. It wasn't near as good. Some episodes were good, but some episodes more were just a lot of infighting between the Care Bears, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. So, but I guess where you're going with that is those are all family movies. About
yes, they are good.
Evil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also have Christian values about, spiritual warfare. It wasn't explicitly mentioned, but it was there.
That reminds me of not only the Screw Tape Letters, it's similar.
Yeah.
You ever saw that TV show Touched by an Angel?
I love that. It's on 194 now. I love that show.
Well, they start showing it on MeTV now.
That's what I'm saying, 194. Yes, I love that.
That you made me think of Touched by an Angel too.
Absolutely, I loved that.
But like I was saying, all those family shows, when good triumphs over evil, which it always does, that's a positive thing.
It is. It is.
Positive thing.
Exactly. Oh yeah, even in the first Care Bears movie, I forgot that they also helped, deliver this young boy from an evil spirit. They went to this other place, a forest of feelings. I guess another plane of heaven, another realm of heaven that was beautiful flowers and trees and all a bit of beautiful singing. But there were the Care Bear cousins. There was Brave Heart Lion, Playful Heart Monkey, stuff like that. They were also good angels. You could just tell, and they wanted to help this boy Nicholas defeat the evil spirits. Like, this is powerful. And the music was just incredible. Well, they had a few songs I didn't like. They always do. Let's see. What was one of the few songs I didn't like? oh, we're going to do, we're going to do this. Oh, I couldn't stand that. I mean, they had a few numbers that I found were irritating, but otherwise, and you can just fast forward through that, if you want to just then be like, oh wait, but otherwise it was incredible. Yeah.
Good. Tell me if you know this song.
I've heard it, and I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I think you've played it.
A cat.
That's a
hint. That's a hint. A cat.
The Cat in the Hat?
No. The meow mix cat.
Oh, yes!
I'll do it again.
Meow, meow, meow. I forgot about that. That was years ago.
Mm-hmm. You made me think of this when you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, I loved the Care Bears movies. I just loved them. To me, that was a lot more religious or had more Catholic values than wherever we were talking about the
Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, yeah. Yeah.
Me, the Wizard of Oz didn't bother me because it was just imagination.
Yeah. Well, it didn't bother me at all. I had nothing against it. It bored me.
Oh, I see.
I had nothing morally against the Wizard of Oz. It just bored me. That's all. It bored me. Yeah. I was sitting there for 2 hours bored, and I'd rather watch paint dry. I mean, I don't hate it, and I don't love it. It's like there's nothing on the screen I can relate to one way or the other,
But here's a song here for
it didn't move me. And for me, a movie has to move me, or I can relate to it or get into it. Like even the Star Wars movies had good versus evil, and can you be redeemed? At the end, we know Darth Vader was redeemed and became Anakin Skywalker again in Return of the Jedi, but that kind of thing. But that's more...
Darth Vader, he wasn't a bad guy in that.
In Return of the Jedi, the third movie?
Well, sort of a bad guy. Well,
Darth Vader was the villain.
Yeah, he tamed a little bit when he found out that he was Luke's father or something, but I didn't think he turned good.
Well, what happened was at the end when he died and about killed the Emperor.
Oh, I remember.
At his death,
sort of turned good.
Then he finally turned good and renounced the dark side. Finally got saved. Remember?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I've seen them so many times. I've seen all the Star Wars movies so many times.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Darth Vader, when I had those children here last week. I asked them what kind of movies they like. The kids like video games and stuff, and so Star Wars came up.
Oh, of course.
And I made that impression about Luke. I'm your father.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Like creepy. And I asked one of the children, how would you feel if Darth Vader was your dad?
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's where I was going with that,
Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot about that Darth Vader sort of...
Yeah, exactly. I've seen those movies. I have the whole collection on tape. Well, not
good, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, not the first movies. The first movies like the Phantom Menace.
The first two.
The Phantom Menace, he was good. The Attack of the Clones, but then Revenge of the Sith, he went bad, became to the dark side. But then the fourth movie, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, he was completely evil. And the sixth movie was completely evil, but then finally what happened was he turned good after he killed the Emperor. Remember? Yeah, threw the Emperor down the shaft.
It's been so long since in it. Speaking of Star Wars, you may not know Ron Hutchcraft. He's Native American radio host, speaker. He spreads the gospel of Christ to Native people. And I happened to be listening to him on his commentary just a couple days ago. And he mentioned Star Wars, how, there's the Force, whatever the Force is. You'll see where I'm going with this. And he wasn't criticizing the movie. He said, instead of the Force, which is an imaginary good, there's Christ. And he took the Star Wars analogy and pointed it to the cross and pointed it to Christ.
Interesting. Yep.
And I just found that really interesting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He said, instead of the Force, which is not real, even though he's talking about the context of the film, Christ is real.
Exactly.
And he just used Star Wars.
I think that's wonderful.
To point to Christ, and I just thought that was so interesting. I wonder if they still got that posted. It was it's like 2 or 3 minutes long.
Interesting.
It's like a little sermonette, I guess is what they call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you made me think of that. And let's see, you made me think of a lot of other things. Just fun shows that they show every year, which is cool. So, like I said, you never saw any of the movies, huh? The movies of these cartoons.
No, I never did. No.
Yeah, they're clean, wholesome.
Interesting.
All of them are all clean.
Oh yeah.
They're just fun. Family movies.
Yeah. I guess they just have to emotionally move me somehow, like the Care Bears did, which
Well, some of them aren't going to get into like good over evil necessarily. It might be more tamer in comparison. Like this year when they bring Frosty to life and help him come home. Then Frosty comes at the end of the cartoon. He says he'll come back once a year and visit the kids. And so on.
I wonder if they're going to have Caillou's holiday movie. I've already talked about on the show about Caillou's holiday movie on Sprout TV. I hope they're going to have that where Caillou. I've talked about Caillou. You know, I love that cartoon. That's on Sprout TV, or now it's Universal Kids Channel 103. But they made a Caillou holiday movie, and I hope they start repeating it. It was about Caillou and how he's looking forward to Christmas, but he's 4 years old. He feels like Christmas is never gonna come. He even made a song about that. Christmas, something so long, waiting for you is no fun. Thank heavens for tobogganing. Let's say a bad time, and we count the days. Christmas seems so far away. Hey, Leo is here today. Let's go out and play. It was a musical. It was a musical.
What about the Orient Express? Have you seen that? That's sort of like an animal. More like not animatronics, but it's a little Christmas.
No, I haven't.
Christmas
You're not talking about Murder on the Orient Express.
Something like that. This is
no,
it's not Murder on the Orient Express. It's a Christmas version. Kind of a cute Christmas version.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, they got some new stuff out too. Let's see.
But anyway, Caillou's holiday movie, he learns about holiday traditions like in other countries, prepares for Christmas, plays with Leo, his best friend, even visits his grandmother in a senior citizen home, and they give out candy and cookies to the other kids. He writes a letter to Santa. He sees Santa at the mall, and there is even a fun song he writes, because it's a musical too. Like a lot of these have musical songs, and I have some of it recorded on tape. Well, I'd like to write a letter to Santa, Mommy, and they're like, oh, what would you like Santa get you? A soccer ball, and a baseball ball, and a basketball, and another thing, and a bike. And then and his mother saying, Caillou, don't you think that's an awful lot? And kind of, dun 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 dun. I'll let Caillou just to please you. Don't you think it is too much? No, Mommy, there are more toys. Santa should send me in a bus. Always believe me, always meet me. Oh, you're just my Mimi boy. No, Mommy, a basketball. I want a telescope, a basketball, something basket for my bike.
I never saw that.
Oh, I just love that movie. I've got to bring it over then.
Yeah.
Lots of toys is what I like. Lots of toys is what you like. What about giving? I gotta show that to you, Santa, when we get it. Even if it's after the Christmas. Finally, he gets what he wanted, a space station. When Santa Claus came, he got a space station. It's a long story, but it was even in the Christmas play at school. It's just a beautiful movie. Really nice.
And that's a movie that comes out every
year? It's a movie. It's not a movie. It's a cartoon movie that comes.
Oh, I
see. It's a cartoon movie, kind of like.
Where was I that I don't know about the Care Bears and all these other stuff? I don't know where.
The Care Bears was in the 80s. It wasn't on Sprout TV, but this Caillou's holiday movie is strictly on Sprout TV. You'd have to get cable.
Oh, I see.
It's a cable.
I don't have cable, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But they'll have to come over and show you the Caillou's holiday movie.
I'll
Just
catch
adorable.
up with that. Yeah, maybe stay overnight or something like that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and then of course I can show you that Star Trek because in fact we can have a Star Trek fest because I told you the director's cut has scenes that they didn't put in the movie, which I think you get a kick out of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, all 6 of those movies have extra stuff in them, especially the first one. And I always think of you because of that beautiful music. They even have.
I love the soundtracks. Yes.
Yeah, they even have stuff in that soundtrack in this that you don't.
Oh,
hear.
Wonderful!
Just it made me think of you too when I was watching. I said, Emmett's gonna like this if he gets to see this.
Because I have the soundtracks to all those Star Trek movies, at least 1 through 3. You know.
Right.
And the Star Wars soundtracks, I got them on record. The old ones, including and I've got Star Trek, and of course Star Wars. I even have the old Return of the Jedi soundtrack, and I'm never parting with that, even if you paid me $1 million for it.
I don't blame you.
Because it has the original. Remember on the end of Star Wars: Return of the Jedi when the rebellion and the Republic had finally won?
Yeah.
The original version, they were just on the Ewok planet rejoicing. And, having fireworks. That was the end of the Empire. Well, the song, the Ewoks were singing something like... at the end, it sounded like they were singing Celebrate the Lord. Really? Celebrate the Lord, celebrate the Lord, celebrate the Lord. It sounded like that, and then went to the Star Wars theme at the end of Return of the Jedi. They've made the remastered one.
Speaking of Celebrate the Lord, I found this CD of, how can I explain it? Hebrew Jewish music for like $1. Mm-hmm. It's like praise songs,
Wonderful.
Messianic Jewish faith. It's beautiful music with those horns, those
wonderful
horns and stuff. So I'll have to play that for you sometime. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. It's very peaceful too when I listen to it.
Yep.
And I didn't know that any such thing existed. But
incredible.
Yeah. It's just a CD. It's something like about maybe an hour long. But it don't seem like no hour because it's just such beautiful music. You don't even think about
exactly.
Time, Yeah, they had the ram's horn, a lot of praise, and actually there are like verses from the Bible in this
Wonderful,
CD, which is pretty cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, praise God, your voices sound really good. I'm glad we get to do this here today.
Well, now that it's the winter, it's kind of having more ixnay on the stuff that I'm allergic to, like the grasses and the pollens and the mold and that kind of thing. It's not like the spring and summertime, thankfully. The spin dry, the spin dry.
This song came to mind.
What is it?
The Japanese water song.
Huh.
Have you ever heard this song?
Nope.
I'll do it again. I'm sorry.
How are we doing on time?
I'm watching it.
Yeah, good.
We're running out of here pretty soon.
Whoa.
Maybe we just went by real quick.
Oh, it does. Especially when you're talking about Care Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Thing is, I always cry my eyes out when I'm watching the Care Bears movie, so if I showed it to you at your home, all it would be is an hour and a half of crying my eyes out.
That's fine. It's
because
like
it's so beautiful.
Of the Christ, I cried when I watched that too.
The thing is, they're not unhappy tears; they're happy tears because it's so beautiful.
I know.
I mean, the animation and the concepts are so beautiful. This is like a window into heaven. To me, it's not just teddy bears fighting bad things. This is, as a Catholic, this is deep theology.
Let me play this for you and tell me if you recognize this. I'll do it up here.
Ilia's theme. Yep, Ilia's theme.
I was wondering if you knew that.
Yep. I have the Star Trek the Motion Picture, soundtrack on record. That's one of my favorite songs all the time. Ilia's theme, yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to introduce this song this year.
At the mall?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh yeah. My favorite of all the Star Trek movies was Star Trek the Motion Picture. And you know what the sad thing is? That movie got panned when it first came out.
Well,
a lot of people thought it was boring and slow.
Why?
I thought it was wonderful. Why?
Because I think they were expecting Star Trek. There wasn't too many years distance in real life, so they were probably expecting what the series was like instead of the movie. Now, I personally like it because
I loved it.
It had beautiful music, and I like the storyline.
Same here. I loved the storyline.
Creator.
I loved the story. I thought it was vintage Star Trek right there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they wanted more, but I thought it was beautiful.
I think most audiences and critics probably wanted more fight scenes.
Oh yeah.
Beam me up scenes because if you think of the motion picture, they never beam down or anything. It's just all in space, which that's fine. But all those Star Trek movies are really good. Yeah, and they were each a little different. Now that I remember, they each a little, and that's what made it fresh. But even some series Star Trek episodes from the '60s, it wasn't all fighting and beaming it. Yeah, I know.
Some
I realize
episodes
it,
were
but
slower
I think
than
that's
others.
what audience were expecting when the motion picture came out. So that's probably why.
They often said something ridiculous. It didn't have plot and characters. It just had people looking at consoles and looking at outer space, which is not true. That was a great plot that they had. I thought it was beautiful, you know. It was a magnificent film.
I'll do it for you. We're almost out of time. I'll play this for you again.
It's been in the dryer today.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
No tricks playing.
Yep. No tricks playing?
I mean, you know, like I normally, like I normally do all those tricks, the notes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna play that very plain.
Wonderful.
Something like that. Speaking of
The mall?
no, we're almost out of time. Yeah, getting back to Aaliyah's theme, I'm gonna play it pretty straight like that.
Wonderful at the mall. Yes.
Yeah, I won't be doing.
Yeah,
any
wonderful.
tricks. I'm just gonna play it very somber like. And finally, let's see. Let me see if I can think of the last minute thing. Can you think? Do you have any last minute things? We're literally almost out of time.
Yes, there were these two. This is a Christmas one, a surreal joke. It was very fascinating. Something I like to say. I think I've already told this joke, but since it's coming up on Christmas, how about this one? There were these two washing machines, and they were at the Southgate Mall, and they were sticking their they were splashing around in the coffee. Two coffee cups are very fascinating. Then Santa Claus came in the mall. He was chewing on an old football, and he saw the washing machines. And the washing machines started to smile, so Santa Claus got mad and left. Ha ha ha!
Oh, that's fun. I'm going to share one last story with you. This is a story in real life about the actress that played Lieutenant Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a beautiful story. Her name was Persis Kambata in real life.
Mm-hmm.
That was her name. She was an Indian model, Indian actress. She was one of the rare few people from her country that made it in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And when she wrote her autobiography, the proceeds of her book went to Mother Teresa's charity.
Wonderful.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Yep.
So I just wanted to share that
Wonderful.
trivia with you. She's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
We lost her at a relatively young age, but in the short years that she was here,
Yep,
she
definitely.
did some wonderful
Yeah,
things. And she left a great character.
She did.
Lieutenant Aaliyah. And they shaved her head in real life for that. So
Yeah, I know. I wonder, how old was she when she passed away?
she was something like 43 or something like that.
Whoa.
She was very, very young.
When did she pass away? That is
Oh,
young.
gosh, she must have died maybe about 10, 15 years ago.
Amazing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But she just had some health issues.
Yeah.
But God bless that lady that she was able to do that Star Trek film. That's a wonderful thing to leave behind.
Yeah, it is.
Proceeds going to Mother Teresa's charity. So that was a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to share that with
Wonderful.
you. Yeah, Persis Kambata.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else can I share with you real fast? Just Star Trek was just such a
It was.
fun imaginary thing to
It was,
Gene
yeah.
Roddenberry left
Yeah.
the world. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they have the documentaries on these DVDs
Uh-huh.
that I can show you.
Wonderful.
Interviews and stuff like
Wonderful.
that. So it's really cool. Okay, let me think. I can't think of any last minute things, and the whole hour is just gone
Yep.
now. But this has been such a delight,
Uh-huh.
and I'm glad you got a chance to be part of this Frosty the Snowman here. And you'll do Frosty and Karen proud.
Mm-hmm.
You look great on screen.
Wonderful.
The other children just blend right in.
Mm-hmm.
I blend right in.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any last minute things.
Nor
except
can
for,
I.
I'm glad you hung out with me today.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for the secret ingredient.
Uh-huh.
And once again, I feel the Lord has answered this prayer, and the show
Yeah.
went smoothly. And
Yep.
well, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai, and affectionately on my left, aging rocker Emmett.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's gonna be so fun. Like that couple that was here earlier, if they show up on a future show, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm still working on trying to get that new Lawrence Welk show out. So if I ever get blessed to get it out, I'll let you know.
Uh-huh.
It'll be fun. It'll be
All
fun
right,
to bring
yeah.
it back to life. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're on Frosty the Snowman set, and there's young Karen and Frosty. And Frosty always said happy birthday. You know, every time he came alive, she'd put the hat on and he'd say happy birthday.
Interesting.
So we're going to end this Asaph Cafe by saying happy birthday.
Yep.
And until our next show, Maranatha.
Yep.
Make yourself at home. I'll shut everything down and make you a copy. This was really fun.
It was.
Really enjoyed it.
I did, yes.